On a side note, you're obviously, or at some point have been a practicing dentist. What happens to your practice as you serve as ADA president?
Well, I hope that I have a practice to go back to. I'm looking forward, actually. I've spent a great deal of time this year in Chicago because, as you know, we've been filling the shoes of several people. The ED, and the Chief Operating Officer. We've been operating without a CFO. I'm happy to report that we're making progress. We've got a new ED coming on board on June 1st. But it has taken a great deal of time out of my practice. I like practicing dentistry. I love my patients. I love the work. And I'll go back at the end of this year, hopefully, and pick up where I left off. I've been very fortunate to have a young dentist, Matt Roberts, who has been helping me, and we have a wonderful working relationship, and I look forward to going back and having that relationship develop. So I'm looking forward to going back.
Excellent, excellent. That's something I've always wondered about. Now, most of our listeners are from the state of Texas, and it seems to me, especially at this conference and at other conferences, the state of Texas has a great reputation among organized dentistry, among lobbying, and among its other accomplishments in advocacy. Where do you feel like the state of Texas stands nationwide as far as its advocacy and lobbying issues?
Well, I can tell you can be very proud of what you see in terms of organization in Texas, in terms of effectiveness at the legislative level. I think we stand out in terms of our ability to produce change, to effect results. Hadn't always been that way, interestingly enough. I told you, when I got involved, we were not very effective, and I felt like that the individual dentist, the dentist out there having to work for a living, was not well served. I can tell you right now that I'm very proud of what Texas has done. I think Texas stands as a symbol of what we can do when we work together to advance dental care and professional relationships, which benefits the dentist and it benefits the patient. So be proud to be practicing in Texas. It's a great environment to be working in. And again, I'm going to depend on you to keep that environment safe, secure, and keep it headed toward the bright spots in the future.
Excellent. One last question. This is kind of a rumor that needs to be put to rest. The rumor on the street is that the American Dental Association pays the outgoing president's one-way ticket to the annual session in Hawaii, but then you're responsible for the fare back home. Is that true?
No. They're very good about that. They do give you a return ticket. That might not be a bad idea. Hawaii might not be a bad place to live, but no, they do give you a round-trip ticket, but very definitely life comes to a slower pace after the annual session.
Excellent. So we don't have to worry about you camping out on any beaches for the time being.
Not at all. I'll be back in Texas the next day.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Dr. Findley. We really appreciate this. This is a great honor to interview you for our Committee for the New Dentist podcast. Good luck in the remaining 5-6 months of your presidency, and good luck going forward. It's been an honor.
Thanks, Josh. Good to be with you.
Also during the Washington Leadership Conference, I had a chance to catch up with Dr. Rick Black, chairman of the TDA Council on Legislative Affairs. He shares with us some of the legislative happenings in the state of Texas. We're with Dr. Rick Black, who is chairman of the Legislative Affairs for Texas Dental Association at the Washington Leadership Conference for the ADA. Dr. Black, please just tell us a little bit about some of the bills up before the Texas House that are important to dentistry.
Thanks a lot, Josh. We have a bill that's modestly expanding the scope of practice of our dental assistants that we're real proud of. It's doing very well and has an excellent chance of passing, which is not an easy thing. Kudos to our legislative lobbyists and to our members and, of course, your PAC dollars. This bill is going to allow dental assistants to do some things such as sealants and coronal polishing and fluoride application under direct supervision, and under general supervision do some things like be able to take radiographs when the doctor's not there and treat some emergency conditions under carefully orchestrated scenarios. we're here in Washington because things go on in Washington that affect our practices back home, but more so, when I was getting started in dentistry, I really felt like that things in Washington had a big effect on my practice. Frankly, they don't have near the effect that what goes on in Austin does. And I just want to take this opportunity to encourage you all to get involved with leadership at your local dental society, get involved in politics, be a key contact person. This is going to really determine the future. They have a saying that said, if you're not at the table, you're liable to be on the menu. And we fiercely want to protect dentistry's interests. We want to continue to be independent. We like the doctor being head of the team. We're a great small business in America that needs defending all the time. So thanks a lot for this opportunity, and good luck with your podcast in the future.
Thank you very much. A big thanks to Dr. John Findley and Dr. Rick Black for taking time out to speak with us. The legislative component of the Texas Dental Association is a large portion of the benefits of membership. The TDA works tirelessly to ensure that dentists in Texas remain in power of their own practices. People like Dr. Findley and Dr. Black have really made a difference with their legislative efforts. And now for the TDA Perk of the Month. TDA members are eligible for special discounts on various types of insurance. Check TDAmemberinsured.com for more information. Once again, my name is Dr. Joshua Austin. From the entire Texas Dental Association, I would like to thank you for listening to the Committee for the New Dentist podcast.